Bridges, Hard Seasons. Author by Susan Kembling Oben. Locks and bolts. Locks and bolts everywhere. Some of them clicked open just at the sound of your footsteps, but many had secret codes or numbers. Either way, the doors shut silently behind you once you went through. It was scary, very scary. She pinched herself. Could she have imagined such a world? Even if she had read about it in books, it would not have changed her expectations, and she would not have imagined all this. It was as if there were invisible people watching her every move. Was it an open prison? Tiny spaces with made-to-measure chairs, hellos, and highs that embodied no feeling, and accompanied by fake smiles. How could you tell a foe from a friend? This country is programmed. She swore to herself. The land was definitely programmed, including its inhabitants. John Biggs, Deborah's government solicitor, did not look at her and smile weirdly as every other person of his skin color did, but still she was convinced beyond any doubt that the people of this land were automated. Ah! Deborah shook her head in disbelief. Jude, who she had paid for the journey from her home and to get her into the country, was a cheat. She whispered to herself, what they called a 419 in their home country, a complete con man. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. Warren Buffett was right about this. Whilst growing up, Deborah had always associated ugliness with wickedness. But her friends would say she was too judgmental. Now she was absolutely convinced that there was a strong connection between the two. Jude's face was like a piece of homemade soap. He looked just like the cocoa soap made by the villagers in her country, completely shapeless. When he closed his eyes, he looked exactly like death. When she had first met him, she was so consumed by sorrow that his words were like water to a dying plant in the desert. A desperate girl, one can say, ready to run away, far, far away from everything she had ever known. So he was her salvation. How could someone look you in the face and tell such a blatant lie? Many people say the country Jude had brought her to was the land of honey and fresh milk. But Deborah could certainly tell that one would have to endure the stings of the bees to get the honey, and just so you know, even the milk always seemed to be on the verge of turning sour.